Hey there, quirky peeps! Today we're going to talk about the deleted scenes of Captain America Civil War that should have been a part of the film. Civil War is one of MCU's highly rated films. In fact, I'd say that it packs the best action sequences in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. We just kept getting one long fight sequence after the other. It was a total smash fest. I mean, could you believe it? They did all of this smashing without the Hulk. Back when it came out in 2016, it was the longest MCU movie to date. Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame managed to beat it later. But Civil War still ran close to that 150-minute mark. It just carried a lot of information and setups for the future of the MCU. Films like Spider-Man Homecoming and Black Panther were spun out of it.
Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow. Whoa, who's that new guy? Oh, that's me. I gotta go.
And the likes of Infinity War and Endgame wouldn't have been possible without it. It also managed to set up the Falcon and the Winter Soldier pretty well. So I'd say that Civil War had to be a long movie. But with the number of deleted scenes it has, it would have been an even longer film. People have been loving the long superhero movie concept ever since Civil War and Infinity War came out. And then, Avengers Endgame blew us all away by clocking over 3 hours. People have even responded well to the 4-hour cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League. So it's safe to say that Captain America Civil War would have been loved equally, or perhaps even more if it would have been a few minutes longer. Amidst all the fighting, the slower scenes did not get ample breathing room. The Russos wanted to keep the pacing quick, and we get that. But here are 8 deleted scenes which we would have liked to see in Captain America Civil War. Let us know which one of them do you think should have been in the film. Also, do hit the like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed this video. Okay, so first up, we have a bigger role for Hawkeye.
I'm Clint.
I don't care.
As we saw in the film, Hawkeye didn't come in until more than half of it was done. Cap asked Clint for a couple of quick favors, and only then did we see him come out of retirement. He picked up Scott, rescued Wanda, and assembled Team Cap at the airport in Berlin. But in the original script, he would have appeared much earlier in the story.
Really? I retire for what, like 5 minutes and it all goes to shit?
He was supposed to assist the transport of Bucky Barnes to Berlin. We saw Sam and Cap speak to T'Challa while Bucky was being transported. During this time, Clint would have had dialogue with Barnes about being brainwashed. He was supposed to tell Barnes about the time when he was brainwashed by Loki in the Avengers. Now I know why this scene was changed. Clint was used to bring Wanda and Scott to Berlin instead of this. But with him coming into the film much earlier, we would have got more Hawkeye. And I don't think anyone would complain if we would have got more Clint in the story. He's just awesome.
You should not be here.
Zemo's alternate introduction. We saw Zemo steal the Red Winter Soldier book by murdering General Vasily Karpov. But in the alternate scene, he would have stolen it from an auction in Jakarta. He would have used poison gas to massacre the attendees of the auction. This scene works for me because it would have given Zemo a more menacing persona.
You talk, you bid.
I'm not here to bid.
We've heard complaints in the past that his character did not get enough screen time compared to all the heroes in the film. He was the villain, and we would have loved a little more exploration. But hey, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier has got it covered for us. Everyone loves Zemo now, so it's okay. Peggy's extended funeral. An extended scene of Peggy Carter's funeral showed the arrival of her coffin at the church. From there, Steve and the other pallbearers carried it into the church. As they moved forward towards the grave, we would have seen a portrait of an elderly Peggy instead of her World War II photo shown in the theaters.
So he died, seems to still changing my life.
Then, Sharon Carter would have had additional dialogue as part of her eulogy about the relationship she had with Great Aunt Peggy. This scene was trimmed down to probably improve the pacing. But this extended version actually sinks in quite well. The scene would have got more room to breathe, and it would not have hampered the pacing of the film in my opinion. Another hint at Nat's past. So far, we've just been collecting several hints about Natashas past. Most of these dangling threads will be tied in the upcoming Black Widow movie. But an extended scene of Nat meeting with Steve at the church would have given us a little more information about her character. She tells Steve about searching for her parents in Russia and visiting their graves.
To Russia and tried to find my parents. 2 little gravestones by a chain link fence.
Again, this scene barely adds a few seconds to the runtime, so it would have been nice to see it. More Steve and Sharon.
Maybe I'll take some time off.
Because Captain America Civil War had to achieve a lot in terms of setting up Phase 3, many of its smaller subplots were not given ample screen time. Steve and Sharon's relationship did not come off as well as it should have, but there's this alternate deleted scene which might have helped in making us care more about them.
When was the last time there wasn't a uniform hanging in your closet?
Why, you don't like the outfit?
Oh no, it suits you.
In this scene, Steve and Sam toast to an honorable discharge during the wake. Then, Steve and Sharon would have had a conversation before he walked her back to the hotel. But instead, they only got a short chat, which happens after he walked her back to the hotel instead of before. What we got was an alternate take on the scene, but I prefer the one that was deleted. Another interaction between Nat and TChalla.
And then Jude, do it yourself.
You are not used to the truth, are you?
I gotta look at your suit, vibranium weave.
After intercepting Bucky Barnes and finding himself in UN custody, T'Challa gets interrogated by Natasha Romanoff. She tells him that his actions in pursuing the Winter Soldier have put him under the jurisdiction of the Sokovia Accords as well. T'Challa tells her that he and his prisoner have a plane to catch.
My prisoner and I have a plane to catch.
And then, Everett Ross interrupts their conversation by congratulating T'Challa for getting the approval to extradite Barnes to Wakanda. Deleting this scene doesn't really hamper the film at all. But this was a time where we were just learning about T'Challa, so seeing more of him would have surely helped. Zemo picks up Dr. Brossard. This scene shows Helmut Zemo waiting at a train station, listening to the voicemail message of his wife again. Joe Russo makes a cameo as the original Dr. Theo Brossard, who was the psychiatrist hired by the Joint Counter-Terrorist Center. He was supposed to interrogate Bucky, but Zemo meets with him and kills him behind the scenes before taking his place. Brossard's dead body was found at the hotel, but looking at this extra scene would have surely made us understand the plot a little better. Most people actually took a while to realize what Zemo had done. This scene would have fixed that. I gotta get me one of those. Now this is a fight sequence which got deleted. I mean, removing or altering the slower scenes to help the pacing is understandable. But please don't take away the battle sequences, man. That's one of the main reasons we watch these films. Romanoff watches the fight in concern. As Captain America flees from War Machine, Bucky takes the shield and throws it at Rhodes. Then Sam catches it and returns it to Captain America. As they run, Bucky says,
Nice save. I gotta get me one of those.
Now I get that this scene would have foreshadowed Bucky becoming Captain America after Steve. But this had been foreshadowed in the first 2 Captain America films as well, so it wouldn't have made that big of a difference. But the overall fight sequence would have definitely improved. Okay, that's it for now. I hope you liked this compilation. Be sure to press the bell icon so that you get to know as soon as we post the next video. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!